those iconic images, and to have had the foresight, I suppose, to introduce zoo animals into your advertising back in the 50s especially. I have to confess, I think I'd struggle to get it through in a marketing campaign today, but to have the foresight to introduce something like that, something completely different that would capture the imagination of the people back in the 50s, shows just what foresight they had in Guinness advertising back then.
Now, what sort of reaction has that been getting now this year as part of the 250 campaign? I guess it's nostalgia at one level, but obviously there are a lot of new consumers of the brand who wouldn't be familiar or wouldn't have been familiar with it in its original manifestation.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest, Alex. The consumers were screaming for us to bring back this advertising for years, so we were just looking for the right opportunity to do so, and this was the year to bring it back. It's funny, even people who wouldn't have been exposed to the advertising back in the 70s and early 80s when the last time it was run, still now are saying, oh yes, I understand, I now understand what people were talking about when they talked about the old classic Guinness advertising.
Yeah, and obviously the various ad campaigns, as you say, in the technique that you use is a sort of time machine, isn't that right? As a sort of an artistic license to allow you to show the old ads, but also to contextualize them around the 250 celebrations.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to show people the heritage that Guinness has in Ireland, but also the heritage that advertising has had across the years. So show them when these ads actually were aired for the first time, so that they understand more about our history and our history of advertising in Ireland, which is important.
Now let's move on to the campaign that's airing at the moment. I saw the TV ad last night. Super ad with the animation and the toucans in it. This is the Signature campaign. A pen picture first of all for the listeners. What is the Signature campaign all about?
Okay, well, the Signature campaign basically aims to raise a fund of €2.5 million this year. It's for a fund which we're naming the Arthur Guinness Fund, and that fund will be used to support projects in local communities around Ireland for the next number of years. I mean, it's a simple idea really. What we're asking people to do with the advertising campaign is to go down to their local pub, sign on the dotted line next to the famous Arthur Guinness signature, and for every signature we collect, we will donate €2.50 to the fund, and we're hoping for a maximum of 1 million signatures and a €2.5 million fund.
Now, I guess the vintners in Ireland are more than a little happy about this, because I know they've been complaining just how much the on-trade, as it's called, has been suffering really the last year, 18 months. I guess they're willing and active participants in this.
Absolutely. I mean, the LVA and VFI in particular have been huge fans of what we're trying to do here, and encouraging people to really see the pub as part of the community, and they're really supporting us and helping to do something good for the entire nation.
Now, is this campaign part of a broader CSR, corporate social responsibility agenda for Diageo, and specifically for the Guinness brand?
Yeah, I mean, so it's something that we've started in our 250th year, and we've used this as the catalyst to start off this fund, but it's absolutely not something that's going to end in 2009. This is purely the beginning. So we see it as a kick-off. We have obviously always had a history of philanthropy back to Arthur Guinness himself, who was a huge philanthropist in Dublin at his time, gave a huge amount back to the city, and we followed that, if you like, throughout the years in Guinness with our support of the Digital Hub and the Enterprise Centre, to name but a few of the things that we've supported. So we would hope that this Arthur Guinness Fund would become a core part of the CSR programme for Diageo and for Guinness.
Now, tell me a little bit about, I mean, you have a very ambitious objective of 1 million signatures. How is it progressing at the minute?
As of this morning, I'm told we have in the region of 260,000 signatures collected in pubs thereabouts. We want to run it through until September 24th, which is also a big day in our calendar, whereby we would then count up the final tally of signatures and hopefully reach that 1 million mark.
What is significant about that?